Welcome back. Damn, was it straight like that? Didn't even know I could do it like that. It's crazy. Damn, bro. I actually want to actually, fuck it, let's do this. I want to see if it sounds any different. I mean, it probably doesn't. But it's actually interesting. I've never seen my mic like this ever. Can't really change it that much. But you know what? Fuck it, let's do it like this. Yeah, but it's now I'm too far away from my actual thing. This is the problem. Bring my keyboard closer. It's fine. All right. So, what is the plan today? Backtesting again because we love it. We love backtesting simply. So right here we have. We were just doing some TA on gold, where I think it will be heading this week coming up, obviously. So tomorrow, obviously the market will open, and my anticipation is that we're going to come down, potentially come down to these levels. But it doesn't necessarily have to, obviously. But my anticipation was, we had these impulses, and these pushes up higher and higher and higher. Okay, we broke these structures. We broke this structure, and then we come down, and then we consolidate and pump higher. This was probably during like news time, or maybe just before or whatever. But then we also had this liquidity sweep from these highs, which were pretty much equal, and then we had the sweep above. We had the tap inside of our MB up here, or our supply zone, whatever you want to call it. So we grabbed that liquidity from even inside of that level, and then we just came right down, testing, in fact breaking this level right here. And then also we notice that we have this huge right between here and here, these two lines that I just marked, we have a huge imbalance, which is a bit more attractive to basically get into and fill. And then also we have this unmitigated MB, or supply zone, or demand zone. So my anticipation naturally is that, yeah, we're going to see this come down, tap into this level, mitigate some orders inside of there, and then potentially come back to retest these zones, to potentially start to run these lows, or we come and we take liquidity from down here anyways. I can't even do that. I can do that, but that's not even what I want. Fuck's sake. Alright, whatever. I could do that, and then I could just do that, and then come take this from below here, which is definitely doable because on a 1 hour time frame we have this sort of bearish structure. So we had the tap inside of this zone, which obviously tested this overall bearish MV. If we just look at it, we had this up move, and then the break, and then if we drag it all the way across, we can see we got the tapping again into this one last time, before absolutely annihilating this liquidity down here. And now we might get the potential tap into these zones up here, which is where I think it will go, before taking liquidity from below. But obviously if we went on to like a 1 day time frame or some shit, it's definitely doable as well. We can still see that the structure is bearish, it's coming down. We got the break, and obviously where we're at now is here. So tap into these zones. Could potentially retest this overall zone as well. It's definitely doable, but I wouldn't expect it to come past this high right here. In my eyes, it doesn't make sense. You could literally just mark this as a strong high, and like, yeah, I wouldn't expect it to come past this or go past this, because if it does, more or less just to change a character. to come and literally just liquidate this high up here. So this will be its next target, up here, in my eyes, right? Plus it does make sense, because if you look at this MB, right, or if you grab your 50% equilibrium, it pretty much matches up with it, right? So even then, even if I'm looking at it like this, we have tapped into the 50% zone inside of this MB, institutional MB. So, fuck. We also have 3 highs up here, so my anticipation, I don't know why, but I believe that we'll get a maybe potential down move, but I feel like on a higher time frame, I don't think we could take this. I mean, we could come down deeper, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It doesn't look like it could. Like, in my eyes, I think we would mitigate what we need, and now I think we're gonna go ahead and take this liquidity from above. But I could be wrong. And we have hit the 50% equilibrium, so I don't know. It doesn't really seem likely. I mean, like, yeah. With Bitcoin on the other hand, I think I posted one up on Twitter or some shit. I think essentially, can I just? Yes, essentially, my anticipation for Bitcoin, is that we got this liquidity sweep up there, right? Or this whole thing which took it all, it filled in this gap. I mean, there's still technically imbalances all the way up there, so that can still be filled, right? There's still an imbalance in here, right? But in my eyes, personally, I don't think it's gonna come up to these zones, or here, or here. I don't think it will. I think what's gonna happen is it's gonna come down into here. It's gonna liquidate these lows here, these equal lows, and it could potentially come down and break this overall support. Honestly, I think we're gonna get another dump, come down, break these lows, maybe come back up, and then maybe come back to test this, and then come down and liquidate the fuck out of everybody. And come down into potentially. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that this is where my realistic level is for Bitcoin, or where it will hit. And I do believe this. I think it'll hit like 22.5. 50% of this MB, right? But it can definitely tap like a little bit deeper, a little bit lower. Obviously, we have the liquidation and the shit usually goes a bit lower anyways. So we could be looking for like maybe a little strong wick down to about here. Maybe 21k, maybe even 20, just bang on 21k, which is like here. Definitely doable. You're doable. Yeah, that's just my overall sort of prediction for Bitcoin. I don't think we're gonna come see these highs. I don't think we're gonna come back up. I don't think we're gonna try and mitigate. I think we're gonna come dump this fucking cunt. Dump Bitcoin. Dump this fucker. Send prices down, down, down. That's just my opinion. Yeah, so that's. I mean, it's not really hard to do TAs, to be honest. Like, you can go on any pair. Like, I can go on Euro USD, for instance, if I really wanted to. If I've got it in here. Yeah. I mean, I've taken trades inside of this, but the overall, you know what? I don't even take Euro USD that much. I don't know why it showed me this. Hold on. Go on 1 hour. What do we have? Take profit 1, take profit 2. I mean, we did alright on this trade here. And then we took trades inside of here. Very nice. We did that more or less on the 1 minute. It's kind of why it looks like that. But, we broke this zone here. We come to tap this zone, we reacted off of it. It's going to come down, tap deeper, potentially even take liquidity from below. In my eyes, let's just go off of the overall thing. Let's just get rid of all of this. I don't need it right now. I want to know what's going on in the higher time frames. On the daily is more important. Well, so we tapped this ages ago, since we've just been up and up. So now we could be tested deep into this zone, so we could be looking for maybe I mean, we like sometimes it is good to look for 50%, but we've already mitigated 50%. Because even if you use your eye, you don't have to use like this fucking thing to understand what 50% is. Like half of this probably lies right about here. Right? I mean, I'm gonna grab it now and I'll drag from the high to the low. But it sits pretty much where I just showed it. Right? That's pretty much 50%. And we've already mitigated, so it's probably gonna come tap deeper. Just my anticipation. And we could be tapping into. I mean, we've already tapped into this, but we could be tapping into maybe this zone down here. This one here. That's doable. Yeah. I feel like we could be tapping into this. I mean, on a daily, it's bearish, so we got the break in this, we got the mitigation on this, or the confirmation on this, bearish MD, right? And then we got the mitigation back inside, so we had it come down, and then what do we have? They had the retest inside of the zone, inside of this overall MB, and then we had the break down. If we get the break down, I feel like we could have the confirmation to go down even lower, probably take these liquidity points, and then potentially, if we go on a weekly, we have bearish. We didn't really tap into this zone that deep either. It's bullish, but it's bullish probably on a month. If we're on a month time frame, I'm not going to see. The euro didn't see. High break, high break. Yeah, so we could definitely be testing this right here for sure, a bit deeper. I mean, if we use 50% of this, we're looking for around here, and we did barely tap into it. Like that's the thing. We did tap obviously, and then we got a huge reaction. Obviously, that's just how people, well, everybody responds to the market, more specifically. But yeah, we could definitely be looking down into those zones, and we did get the change of character technically, the breakdown from the 1 day time frame. So I definitely would not be surprised if we break this zone, and come down, liquidate these, potentially just liquidate this and come even lower. Only time we can tell. By the time we get there, it'll probably be 2024. So next year, 2024. Fuck me. Time's going quick. Yeah, but so yeah, that's just my expectation. On a daily, there's not really much you can look at realistically. This is our last point of support. Realistically, if we wanted to continue uptrend, potentially up into these ends, because we can definitely do that. Did we tap into this? Yes, we did. So it's definitely, it's definitely feasible for us to come down now, for sure. Or either just react off of it, bounce off of this, and come back and take this high, which is also doable. It's just a matter of perspective and confirming zones. It doesn't matter how you look at things. Like for me, on this time frame, it's fine. But if I go down to 1 hour, right? Same thing, just more candles, right? Different zones. The zones are everywhere now. So what do we have? We have a zone right here, right? So we could be looking for sales off of this, right? And this is how I trade. I don't have to be going on 1 day and doing that. You can do it on any time frame. So I would like, there's my zone, right? What do? You wait for the price to go into it, and then you wait for the confirmations to take the shorts, and then come take wherever you wanted to take partials. It could be this point, or even into this zone. It doesn't really matter that much. That's the overall expectation for how you would do it, right? But yeah, this one tap, yeah, that was a deep one. But yeah, that's how I look at it. And then if you wanted to go even lower, so like let's say a 15-minute, which you can also do, then you have, guess what, even more zones, right? What do I mean? Well, there's a zone here, right? So you could potentially be looking at this as your zone to sell from. I wouldn't, personally, because you have this huge fair value gap. You have no, like literally no mitigation inside of this confirmation right here. You have this breakdown, cool, but you have like no mitigation. So my expectation would also be on the 15-minute to break these zones, right? and then just fill up these to go down and break these, and then confirm that, and then potentially look for a zone to come down, or something like that. But it's all a matter of zones, perspective, and how you look at things. Because if we're on a 15-minute, if we go down to a 1 minute, let's say, right, what do we have? We have this huge impulse down, cool. And what do we have here? We have more zones. Zones here, here, literally anywhere. There's zones here, right? So, you know, it's all a matter of perspective. You know, you could be looking for sales off of here, you know, or like here. So yeah, it's all just a matter of how you view things. You could be looking for buys off of this because it created this impulse up. These breaks up, right here. We got the break up. And then what do we get? We get a breakdown, we tap into it, we just respect it, we bounce up. So if we see something like, so obviously it came down, it comes up, and then we start to see something like that, we enter off of this, in anticipation, obviously this is a level this, depending on what you want to do and your rules, to take it to these zones, okay? Because on a 5 minute, it doesn't look as big, or you could be looking to take prop or partials here, and then overall targeting this zone, which you want to do on the 15 minute, I believe, or was it the 1 hour? Possibly it was this one, but yeah, and then you would want to be looking to get these as well. So basically, it's all just a matter of perspective, how you view the market. But obviously, if you come over to another pair, let's say I was to go on, we could go on a random pair, doesn't matter. I've actually touched this crazy, that's crazy. We could we'll do a 4 hour, because I like 4 hours. I like 4 hours, 1 hour. I like the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 1 day, 1 week, 15, 5, and 1. I like all time frames. I don't really give a fuck what time frame I use. I just use, the way I look at charts is, I view the overall direction of the market. Where's it going on a higher time frame? So we're back in 2017, guys. Crazy. No. So like, if you were looking at this, right, the overall expectation, go on a day, right, we've got a huge down move, we've got this huge fair value gap, we've got this MB here, or supply zone, whatever you want to call it, right, we've got the reaction off, but it's definitely going to come break through, for sure. Without a doubt, it'll break into the zone, potentially target, I'd say, could be a good reaction of price off of, I'd probably say something like this. Let me use line, in fact, because it's a little bit sharper and cleaner. Let's just add a straight line to that, rather than dash, and then let's put it on 1 pixel, like so. Yeah, so we do also have this up move, right? So even on 1 day, you kind of just see that we had this break up, break down, break up. So if we are highlighting zones that we're interested in, okay, we're going to be looking at this, right? And then what do we get? We get the negation, then we get the break up, okay? So we get this break on this level right here. And then we're going to tap back into this. So we're looking at this zone for buyers, or we're looking at this zone. Well, technically we're looking at both. This zone and this zone is pretty much the same in my eyes. Like, because it barely broke, and then it came back down, and then it broke. So technically this is my zone. And then you could also be looking for about 50% if you really wanted to. Some people do. Or you could be looking for another zone inside of that. You could be scaling it down. Or you could just be looking at it on here, like, okay, we have this as our zone. Right here, bang. What do we get? We get the tap, and then we get the impulse up. So this is a deep zone that people want. It's got a high probability of it. So what do we get? We go back down to 1 hour, let's say. Sure. What do we have? We have this bearish structure down here. Okay, cool. What's the expectation? Bullish still. We're still looking to take this as high, remember? Oh shit, that was very unstraight. Still looking to take that as high. Right. I'm looking for buys off of this potentially, or off of this. We can also be looking for buys off of this as well. So pretty much we're looking for buys anyway. If we get the confirmation, but right now we're looking for sells. Why? Because it's giving us down moves, right? Into potentially here, into buys, which then you'd be taking. So technically, you could either be waiting for confirmations for buys, or you could be taking the sells inside of the buys, into the buys, and then you'd be taking the buys. But obviously it's more risky to be taking the sells into the buys. But if you're like me and you like to do that, then yeah, sure, take the buys or sells into the buys. So you could be looking for sells off of this, in my opinion. We did get this zone right here, which has been actually just got mitigated. So if we start to get displacement down, then we take a short, right? And then we'll be looking to short or take partials potentially either in these zones here, this zone, or this, somewhere around there, or even deeper into there. But that's just the way I look at it. So if we play the chart, what do we got? We get the displacement, and we just zoom in. This up move, and then we get the breakdown, okay? But I don't even confirm that as a huge move because it's not. So we wait for more confirmation when we get a little breakdown, right? But it was more of a wick. But obviously wicks cannot close on different time frames. So what do we get? We wait. Obviously we come higher up, cool. We tap into this and we get the breakdown. And then we get the break up. And then the break up again. So we're most likely just looking to test these zones up here. So you could also be taking buys up here as well. From technically here or here. Here would probably be better. But now you're testing this overall top zone, okay? So what do we get? We get a huge down move, displacement, and then we get a sub move, and then if we get the break on this zone, which we don't, then yeah, we're looking to sell, but we're not. Okay, so again we got to this zone here, right? We get these, we get this liquidation of this high, we get the down move, we get the break, and we're looking for sells, we get the confirmation, and now we're entering sells. Okay, we could put in this as a high technically, and technically you're going to want to be targeting this as your low. If I were you, that's just how I would trade it. And then it comes down and it takes profit quite nicely, right? But your overall objective is going to be taking this, by the way. I was just showing you because this was more or less just going to be a reaction, which kind of did. Yeah, overall, you're still looking to take this, most likely, in my eyes. But what happens? I mean, it comes close, it probably taps it perfectly. So that gives you your trade, not bad. And that all comes down to just being patient, right? I don't think, like, there's much else to it. And now you've tapped into this, you could either be looking for the equilibrium. Sure. You could be looking for the equilibrium, so something like that, if you wanted to, or alternatively you could be looking for buys off of this small zone, or deeper in here, but realistically, anything inside of this that gives us confirmations to go up, to buy, we take the buy. Makes sense? If we get the structure shift and stuff like that, obviously. So what do we get? We get technically confirmation. We get this down move, followed by a break up. I wouldn't even really count any of this. This is just more or less consolidation. But we do get a down move here and then a break up. So I'll count that. And then we get another down move and a break up. And then I would have took the long off of here. And now you could take this as a low, but you'd have to be most likely to take partials on a lower time frame. You'd probably be looking to take partials here. But unfortunately, you wouldn't be coming to take this, but you could also be taking it to the zone because of the unmitigated zone. So what even happens? I mean, it comes up and then it comes down, right? Now that's probably just because it wanted to come to the zone, which it did. So there's nothing wrong with that. You would have, like for me, that would have been a win. This trade would have been a win. Regardless of what happened here, I would have already exited my position by like this point. Because for me, when I'm on a lower time frame, these highs look massive. These up there, and I'd be taking partials most likely here or some shit like that. even though I'm protecting this, and then I would move into break even, and then obviously we got stopped out right here, which would mean break even, right? But what I'm trying to say is that it's not that difficult, and yeah, but most likely, because we got the breakdown, if we're probably looking to take these lows, which does happen, in fact, it was just expectation, so we would have took a little shot of this, my guess, but now we're potentially looking for buys. Again, we're in this zone where we want to buy, so what do we get? What do we get? We get the, look at this down move and this up move. Cool. This down move. Oh, hurry the fuck up. And we get this up move. Okay, so we confirm 1, confirm 2, and we buy. Where are we buying? Right here. And we use this as our low. And then most likely you can look and take some partial there. But you're probably also looking, like I said, to be taking it here. My guess. That's just my opinion. I mean, we almost got stuck. Okay, we got stuck. So what happened? Again, it came back to the same area where it got pinned back down. Fucking got dicked down right then. Like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, like I said, I would definitely have been taking partials here again. So it would have still been a win for me, but yeah. And that's why you have to manage positions, because if you don't, and you just expect it to come to here, when you took the long from here to here, like, even though a lot of people are like, oh, you only took the long to here, that's enough profit for me. That's a lot of profit, especially on a 1 hour. Like on a 1 minute, if you go on a 1 minute, that's huge, that movement right there. Yeah, again, we're still looking for buys. If we get the confirmations, so we get the tapping again, nothing really, still nothing, and then obviously we get this down move, okay. Now you could also be taking sales, by the way. We do confirm this as a zone, this up move for the break, so we're looking for a retest inside of basically anything above this level. If it comes back in, is a retest. Otherwise, which we do get, okay, we're not. But again, that's kind of a strange one, because the structure that we're getting presented is, again, this is why always time frames are very important. We have this bearish structure here. Confirm this, so we'll be taking this as liquidity, or we're holding this down. You know what I mean? It doesn't always need to be. You don't always have to be right about things. But yeah, we're probably looking for sales, maybe just out deeper, or long. It's one of those where it can be either way you want to look at it. But again, if you go back to a 4 hour, for instance, what do we have? You know, up move, break down. We took this liquidity, so guess what? We could be running up to these highs up here at least. Okay, so these highs, I'll mark them. Could be looking to run up to here at least, especially when we have the breakdown and break up. So what do we get? Well, it looks like we're just getting consolidation now. Then we get a break up. Okay, so what do we get? We get this breakdown, break up, breakdown, break up, breakdown. Could have took a long off with this right here, because we get the breakdown, break up, the breakdown, the break up, and then you look to predict this as a low, and you look to take this, which I marked earlier, as your high. Now, yes, again, you would probably be taking partials at these points, potentially here, but the overall bias is going to be to come up to potentially up, just up to there, right? Now it stops us out because this was our overall MB down here, right? This deep one here, bang, break. Not this one, which was just the way I saw it, but yeah, we came up to take it, probably just send prices lower, which it does. It takes liquidity from below, and because of the bearish sort of MBs presented, we have another MB here. The structure is more or less bearish than bullish, but in this zone, so we're still technically bullish. Okay, so we can still look to take these as liquidity points, but until this zone breaks, no, still looking for buys and sells. It's a strange one. because inside of this we have this right here. Okay, we get the mitigation back inside, right? We're going to test in this zone. We're looking to probably sell again if we can, which would have been technically confirmed either here. Take that as high potentially. So, hold on, let me show you. This kind of here, and then protect that as high, and then probably be targeting this as a low. It's possible, but again, it is buy zones, so anything can really happen. And we do kind of like almost get stopped out, and then we come to take profits. So yeah, that's good. We can win that trade again. And as we go back to like the 1 day as well, we can also see that this zone did hold so far, and then we got this reaction right at the bottom, which is always good. Okay, so we got this break up. Right, you need to understand. It's hard to explain. You need to understand that this was the last down move before the impulse break. So technically, price can come down to here and still want to take this level, and it will, applying those rules. Right. So if I did this, we might get breaks even down to these levels, which we do, right? Because of all this bearish structure, which is recent. You always have to follow recent price action, not stuff like this, or not as much. Right, so if you've got something bearish here, something bullish here, favour this over this, but also take this into consideration as well, obviously. So yeah, we do get that. I still feel like we could. Let me just take the high. We didn't. Interesting. I see this on daily. But yeah, then we do take the liquidity from over eventually. But yeah, I think I've waffled enough. Where we at? 32 minutes. Fuck. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done, guys. Hopefully that was that was actually a fun video for me. You know. Anyways, I'm done. Peace out.